Prank callers are dealt with in the United States very aggressively because there are consequences to tying up emergency lines. So I think it starts first with acknowledging the general public understanding, like the American public understands, that 911 is really life-saving. They trust when you dial 911, you have a respect for those 3 digits to know that if I dial 911, I'm going to get help when I need it. So before you make a prank call, before someone decides to make a prank call, they know that they're tying up possibly life-saving service for someone else. So in the U.S., that is
Is it a
that
crime?
can result in jail time.
Wow.
Here, because it's a next-gen 911 system, they have the ability to trace who has made the call and hold them accountable. The government is still, I believe, making policy up on how they're going to deal with prank calls. But I think as soon as the media, yourselves, and thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to share, spreads that message that there's consequences to tying up life-saving technology and resources because it takes time for a dispatcher to answer that call. Every 911 call counts. And they understand the consequences. This is a great deterrent. Certainly in the United States it's worked, and I'm sure that it will work here in the
Yan,
Philippines.
Ishka. Challenge yan dito.
Oo.
Ilan ba operators ng 911 Philippines? Ilan
Actually,
ang
yung
naka-employ?
sa PNP.
Sa command center, ilan?
Ilan yung sa command center?
May 100
Parang ano.
ba? Sa
Madami
dami?
rin ng mga tao.
Pero kasi ano yun parang pag tumawag sila dun sa PNP, para lang maintindihan ng lahat. Tawag yun sa PNP kasi pwedeng dispatch pa yun dun sa mga local sa LGUs So, meron silang National Command Center, meron silang PNP, tapos meron pa yung mga local. So, medyo marami, but I think we need training.
So are you just on the first phase of, transferring everything to 911 Philippines?
So,
The technology and all?
well, this journey started for us 5 years ago.
2019 pa.
So we're on it. It took a while, and I think one of the biggest challenges that we had was to create the understanding that 911 could actually, the equivalent of the U.S. 911 system, could exist in the Philippines. Probably the biggest challenge. We had to talk with many people. Ishka was traveling across many LGUs to get a real understanding of how 911 worked, what some of the problems were.
And the height of the pandemic as well, just to make sure that it's moving forward, mga quarantine and all of that.
So we went to remote province. What about remote provinces that don't have connectivity? So we partnered with Starlink. I don't know if you all are familiar with Starlink. They put
Starlink
Elon Musk.
pa po.
satellites across the globe.
Uh-huh.
So even those remote locations, given our relationship with Starlink,